Okay, so we've gone over a little bit how to make long-term resistance lines. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do another chart, just so you guys can get a better sense. Because I just realized low key like doing one chart is not gonna be good enough. So let's do another one. Let's do how about we do USD JPY? Let's see how that works out. Okay. I already have all these resistance lines and support lines drawn on my regular charts, but I kind of want to do it from fresh so you guys can see how I drew them or the reason why I drew them like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase this. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. So remember what we learned. We're gonna go ahead and zoom all the way out on the weekly chart to the very beginning, and we can see this started again in 1994. And we're gonna go ahead and create big, long or big horizontal lines on the peaks and troughs, or the ones in the middle, which typically touch a couple times. So here we're gonna start at the very bottom. Let's create one right there. I'm gonna put another one at the very top. It's pretty simple, and I put it at the major peaks. That's one right here as well. You can see that it actually touches it a little bit if you zoom in over here. It touches it right there and then struggles and it jumps back down. Let's zoom in. So you can see it touches it here, jumps back down, and it kind of like struggles to break through it. That's how you know it's a pretty good resistance line. This one's struggling to break down through it. That's how you know it's also a good support line. Because remember, support is when you're trying to go down. Resistance is when you're trying to go up. So support, breaking it. This one over here touches it again. It's great. So that is a resistance line over here. So I mean, a resistance line could be a support line as well. But you can just call it a resistance and support line together. It doesn't really matter. I just call it horizontal lines that the peaks and troughs touch. I mean, you could just call it that. But yeah, let's try and find another. Let's see right here. Right here seems promising. That's fantastic. Look at it. So if you go all the way to the beginning, it kind of struggles around right here, and then it also struggles right here as well. So you know it's a pretty good line as well. It just bounced right off of it over here. It bounces off it again. It broke through a little bit. It kind of faced some pushback, which is why you always want to set your sell stop. So you want to wait for it to break it a little bit more than just this, because it's a very, very strong and long-term line. You want it to significantly have gone down a little bit, like maybe around here, something like that, and then you can start selling it. Because remember, this is the weekly, so this is like from here to here is about like that's how many pips is that? That's like almost 3,000 pips. Oh, that's a lot of pips. No, that's more than 3,000. That's like 5,000 pips. So I mean, yeah, it would not hurt to wait until you got around right here and make a good 1,000 pips when it touches down here or something like that, right? And then it touches it a little bit here, struggles right here as well. We can go ahead and make some more. I'm gonna put one right here because this is that's a major trough. That is a major trough in the very beginning. Let's go ahead and put another one right here. Yeah, you can see this is a pretty good one. Right here, it touches it and shoots back down. Right here, it touches it, shoots back down. Actually broke through it right here, and then touched this other resistance line. This would have been a great buy. This is also a great sell as it comes back down. Yeah, and then another great thing to notice is that when it hits this one and it starts shooting back down, you know that it's time to start. It's time to start selling, start shorting this because it's bounced off the resistance or the resistance line. It's like okay, it's got momentum to go down. It's kind of like a bouncy castle, if you see what I'm saying. Until you actually gain enough force to exert right through the resistance or support line. And yeah, there's a lot of physics in these charts. It's kind of crazy to think about, that they can, that whatever must go up goes down as well. But it's really as simple as that. There's a lot of bouncing off of these resistance and support lines, and you guys just have to kind of get an eye for that. And yeah, if you go on my YouTube channel, I should have analyzed more things like this, so you guys can kind of get more familiar with that. But it's pretty much a very simple concept. You just put it at the lowest points, put it at the highest points, put it at the major peaks, the major troughs right here, and then put horizontal lines at certain points where you can see it bounces off, and it has kind of the same, the same reaction at a certain price level. So this one kind of just bounced off of this price level. This one bounced off of this price level. This one bounced off of this price level as well, struggling. So you guys just have to get a feel for that. So yeah.